Hi, I'm Tracy from Grizzlie Knits. This is my knitting and crochet podcast. Today I have a special episode for you on my shawl wall or my shawl haul, but basically I'm just going to show you all the shawls that I've made. It looks like I started making shawls in 2020 and I've made 19 shawls since then. And I'm going to go through them with you. I'm going to tell you the designer and any special features that I think you should know about. I will write everything down below so you can look for yourself. Yeah, let's get started. Usually I have my shawls hanging here, and then I have another area in our coat room where I have them hanging as well. So I like to display them because I think they are so beautiful and they look like works of art, but I wear them too. I'd say I wear them as soon as the weather drops. I wear them like every day. I wear them granny style, or I wear them as scarves. So let's get started. This was a lot of fun, actually, getting them all together and just kind of reminiscing. And I remember the time when I made the shawl, and it was just exciting. I'm just gonna straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start back at 2020. We all remember that year. So it looks like the first shawl I made was, or completed, was the September of 2020, and it is the Spindrift shawl by Helen Stewart. This is a crescent shawl, and I cannot remember for the life of me what yarn I used. But I know it was a fingering and I know it was a hand dyed. And it's got the really cute little picot edging. I love this shawl so much. It is, I use it as more of a scarf. Don't worry, I won't show you every single shawl on me. We'll be here for hours. But you know, it's just so pretty and so cozy. So this probably got me on quite a journey of, I love knitting shawls, and they always fit. I love that, because sweaters are, for me at least, are like, you hold your breath, you knit your sweater, and you hope you look good in it. And sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. But shawls, they look good on everyone. So that's the nice part. Okay, the Spindrift shawl, Helen Stewart. That year I also made, and this was my only shawl test knit by Brie Christine. I'm not even sure if she designs anymore, and it's called the Maude shawl. It's a triangular shawl, and I didn't do a great job on this. You can see the spine is not straight, but I got better in time. But I still wear it because, like, when it's bunched up, you can't really tell. And this is from the yarn is from Autumn and Indigo. She does not dye yarn anymore. The thing I loved about this was it taught me how to do a lateral braid. If you can see across, it kind of looks like a fancy pearl, but it's called a lateral braid. And it was so much fun, and I loved learning it. Anyway, still use it, still love it. So that was, I'm just gonna throw them down here, clean up later. That was my 2020 shawls. Now, 2021, things cooked up a bit. I really got into shawl making. So my first shawl of that year was by Locatelli, and it's the Hipster Shaw, which a lot of people still make today. So it's quite a big shawl with a very long wingspan type deal, and this very fancy stitch, which was, once you got the hang of it, you're fine. Do I have it right? Oh, okay, it looks more like this. Now, I don't know the yarn, but I do know it was worsted, and it was just like commercial Michaels type thing. But I wear this one as well. It's warm, and it's really cute. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Okay, so that was the first one of 2021. Moving on. Okay, this one is not my usual color scheme, but it was from an Advent, my 2020 Advent by, and I know she still dies, Allison Barnes Yarn Classic. This is her Allison Barnes collection. That's the yarn dyer, and I got her 2020 Advent. So this is Helen Stewart again, Dust of Snow Wrap. So for an Advent, and I know Advent season is coming, it is made for that, and it is absolutely perfect. So you start, well, it's a DK. If you get a DK one, it's perfect. I suppose you could do fingering and just it'll be a lot smaller. You'll double up your fingering. There's ways. So you start here, and it's some lace and different stitches, not hard at all, but really nice looking. And then it goes into the warm color. I don't wear this a lot because it's a little bit much for me, but I went on an island trip last year. Last year? Anyway, I went on an island trip. That's all you gotta know. And I lived in it. Like, can you imagine, like, it gets sometimes a little bit windy and you're in your little sundress, and it was just like this, like a little shawl, and it was great. And I always bring a shawl on a plane because you can get a little chilly on a plane. Plus, it's a little pillow. I sleep on planes. Like as soon as we take off, I fall asleep. I'm one of those people. And this is really nice. Okay, so that's Dust of Snow Wrap by Helen Stewart. Okay, next is, oh, I see what I'm doing. Mixing everything up. Did that one. Okay, this is one of my favorite shawls in the whole collection. It is called the Ziggy Shaw by Locatelli. And it is a triangular shawl with garter stitch and lace. And I love it so much. It is so me. It is so girly and just so pretty. And the yarn I used is by Akara Yarns. She does not dye yarn anymore. She dyes fiber now. And these colors, I went to like a little yarn show. She was there and I saw them and I just was like, they have to live together forever, these two colors. This one is Cream Cheese Muffin and Coyote. And it's hard to see, but this part, this color has a little bit of this in it. I love it. So this is my Ziggy Shaw by Locatelli. Okay. This one is by Patty from the Forest City Knit Girls. She was designing shawls, and this one was called Choose Love. And some of the proceeds, I remember, went to a charity that she was supporting. I love this shawl. This one is really big and it's still a bit lightweight, which is nice. Keeps you nice and warm. So I used, honestly, I can't remember, it's DK. I used some scraps that I had and kind of just thought the colors went nice together. That's another great thing about shawls. It's like if you have odd colors together, or maybe just one skein and another skein, that type of thing, you can put them all together. And it's really, really nice. Okay. Next is my one and only Stephen West Mkal. So I always saw the Mkals and I thought, you know, I kind of went back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And that year I took the plunge and I did. And I'm quite pleased that I did finish it because, you know, they're a lot. So I started at the beginning of October, finished it in the November, which is pretty good. So this is Shawlography. I did change a few things and I did make it smaller because I didn't think I'd really wear the big one. So this is my Shawlography. I have no idea the yarns. They're all just fingering yarns. And the interesting thing about this was, first of all, it was a lot of fun and you learn a lot because he takes you through, I know there's one coming up, and he takes you through all his stitches and anything you need, and he has tutorial, and he's such an incredible teacher. Like that alone is well worth it. When I made this, I thought I probably won't be wearing it a lot, but I was wrong. For some reason, when I go anywhere kind of fancy, like an event, and I'm wearing, let's say, like I dress up and I'm wearing, usually there's black on me somewhere, and maybe a lighter color or something like that, I grab this. I don't know what it is about it. It's probably just because it has some of the black in it and it looks kind of fancy, and it's been great. So this is my, like, you know, evening out shawl. Let me know if you are going to do the Mkal. I know there's lots of talk about it and he's named it. I forget what the name is. No, I can't remember. And yeah, let me know if you're gonna start it in October. Look at these little, he teaches you how to make these little baubles. Ugh, like looking at it now, I'm like, I don't even know how I did that. Anyway, so that was fun. Okay, so that is the end of the shawls for 2021. Moving on, not as big a pile for 2022. Don't know what I was busy doing then, but apparently not making shawls. All right, I have 3 shawls and I really love all 3. So we'll start with a designer I love, Tami Gore. She's a beautiful designer and I love this shawl. It's called Out of Winter. And it's interesting because you can see there's like, how do I say it, like seams? It's all done in one, but there's seams. And for some reason, then that's gonna fit you very nicely. Like that's just gonna sit nice on your shoulders, like that. This yarn, you know what, I was trying to find it. It's a lady who does yarn after birds. I can't remember her name. She's Canadian. And this was a bird color that she did. So pretty. And I love the lace. I love lace on shawls. Like that's just so pretty. So I love this one. So this is Out of Winter by Tami Gore. Now moving on. Such a big pile. This is my pressed flower shawl by Savory Knitting. Since then she's done hats, she's done sweaters, cardigans, all sorts of stuff. So this is mine. And again, I don't know how I did it because I remember looking at it going, whoa, I can't do that. But somehow I did. It's probably not perfect, but I love it. I think it's great. I'll show you the back. So pretty. I think I cut this one down too because it was just going to be a little bit big for me. And then the pretty I-cord edging, and it's so soft. I did this out of Knit Crate yarns. They're no longer in business, sadly, but it was 2 of their yarns. Oh, I love it. So this is the Pressed Flower Shawl by Savory Knitting. And the last one I have is the Rosa Rosa Shawl by Isabell Kramer. And I did all this in Wool of the Andes by Knit Picks. It's a very big shawl. So it's a triangular shawl with just some eyelet, and then you bring in the other color with some slip stitches. And the part I really love is that ribbing. I love ribbing at the bottom of a shawl. Oh, it looks so pretty. I wear this one a ton. I would say this is like probably my most worn shawl, if not the one I wear the most. I don't know if it's just because it's big, it's neutral. I feel like it just looks good with everything. I don't know. I love this shawl. Okay, so that was the Rosa by Isabell Kramer. All right. Now we're moving, that was 2022. 2023 was a big shawl year. So that's nice. Oh, we have a crochet shawl. So we'll start with the crochet shawl. The reason I did this was I talked about that island holiday I had. Oh, well, now we know when it was, right? 2023. And I was unsure what knitting needles I could bring on the plane. So I thought, well, I'll be safe and bring a crochet hook. But I didn't know how to crochet anything like big enough, and I don't crochet socks or any of those things. So I went online and I found, it's called the DC, so double crochet all day shawl. It's one stitch. So I thought if I could learn that one stitch, that would keep me very happy. It's by nanascraftyhome. So I grabbed some DK yarn I had by Kat's Riverside Studio. It's leftover from a cardigan I made years ago. And here it is. I don't wear it a lot. I have to be honest, I don't know why. Color, feel, I don't know. I don't gravitate toward it a lot, but it really did the trick for the vacation. And I would do that again. And maybe I'll try some more crocheted shawls. So this is very plain because I thought I need it very simple. So this is the DC all day shawl. Okay, next we have, oh, I love this one. Oh, this shawl. Again from Patty from Forest City Knit Girls. This is called the Painted Pebbles shawl. So it's a very long shawl. So I do use it more as a scarf. But the cool thing about it is, it's made for slub yarn. And I had never used slub yarn before. And if you don't know what that is, it's just like yarn with little nubs, little bits. So I got from Full Moon Fibers, this beautiful slub yarn, this part, and I put it together with, that is Sorella yarn. I got in 2020 an Oopsie pack that I just finished my Open Edge Tee by Jessie made with the other skeins, and this was the green that came with it. It's a beautiful light green. And I put it together and I made the Painted Pebble shawl, and it was so much fun. I really recommend that shawl, that pattern. So that's Painted Pebble shawl by Patty from the Forest City Knit Girls. Okay, I feel like I might need a little drink. I'm just gonna reach over here. Okay. And we still got shawls, people. We still got shawls. All right, that one is done. Okay. What don't I like? You know what? To be honest, probably if I didn't like it, I didn't finish it. So that's why you're like, oh, she loves all her shawls. Yeah, probably didn't finish my shawl if I didn't love it. Oh, and I wanted to add, this is not including gift shawls. I don't give shawls a lot because it's a lot of work, but I have in the past gifted my two best friends shawls for their 50th, and my sister-in-law, and then her mother, her 80-year-old mother, kept stealing her shawl, so I had to make her a shawl too. So yeah, I probably have pictures of those on my Instagram if you really want to know, but you've probably, after this video, you'll have had enough shawls for a while, I'm sure. Okay, back to work here. The Mindfulness Shawl, which is just garter, squishy garter, and a little picot edging. And it was just what it is. I mean, you just knit and increase and decrease, and you're so happy with this. And I do love it. And it's very light, so, you know, it's kind of nice just for those days that are, you know, not too cold. It's by, I'm gonna butcher the name here. I don't even want to try this. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? madewithloops.co.uk. So if you go on that, you'll find the Mindfulness Shawl, and it's really pretty. And Ruth Loves to Knit podcast, she's done many of these, and that's where I learned about it. So I'm sure she has lots of videos on this too. Oh, and the yarn was a Canadian dyer, 3 Dog Knits, Fiber Arts in her Rain Dance DK. Oh, this is a DK, but you know what you could do? You could just double up your fingering and you'd probably get a really nice effect. You could add mohair, you could, oh, there's so much you could do with this. And if you even wanted to do worsted, it would just come out a little bigger. This is a great pattern. Okay. Oh, we got Stephen West coming in again. The Boneyard Shaw. This is, I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern. Oh, and it is a simple triangular shawl. And I did it in like a dark gray. I don't know what yarn, but this was leftover DK from something, and I just made it work. And I love this. So this is just ribbing, but done in 2 colors. It's really effective. So that's the Boneyard Shawl by Stephen West. Okay, 2 more. We have Andrea Mowry. We haven't spoken about her too much here. This is the NightShift shawl. So this is an interesting construction. It's got like almost like an I-cord on this side, and then this side is different. A little tricky to wear, but not terrible. Like I do wear it because I love the softness and the colors. So I did, oh, it feels so good. I did it in Noro yarn, in the Mkal colorway, and then that's all through, but then I brought in lots of scraps that I thought the colors would work. And it's so much fun. You do have to, I remember, you do have to pay attention. Not TV knitting. Well, for me, at least. Not the mindless shawl. But it is worth it because it's so pretty. So that was the NightShift Shawl by Andrea Mowry. And our last one is the Sunday Morning Shawl by Espace Tricot. It's a beautiful triangle shawl. And this is one of my only ones in a solid color, and I love it because it just goes with a lot. If you're wearing something and like you don't have to worry, am I looking too busy with so many colors? And this one I wear so much. So it's got some interesting little ribbing and slip stitches, and then I love the little baubles. The yarn I used was Lillian Birch in her terracotta colorway, and I put it together with a mohair. I'm not a big mohair girl, but I would buy this one again. It's Jacquard Kid silk mohair. So I put it together with it, and I love it. It's so soft, not itchy at all. And I love, like, it's hard to see here, but there's quite a few like tones of the pink. It's not like flat. Anyway, love this one. So that's Sunday Morning Shawl by Espace Tricot. Okay, now it gets sad because where are we? We're in September. 2024 is not looking too hot over here. So I kind of cheated too, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay, you know, I cheated with all three of these, so I'll tell you what I mean. This one is called A Girl's Best Friend by Isabell Kramer. I did it in it's in a DK, and I don't know why, I don't know what happened, but I stopped it early, and I stopped it too early. I don't really wear this. I think if I had gone for the gold, I would have it would have been big enough where I wear it more. Super pretty. This is interesting. This may have been why I gave up, because I didn't want to do it again, to be honest. But like now I look back and kind of sad I didn't do it again. And then it's got like a little curl going, which is cute. I'm pretty sure this is just a commercial DK. Anyway, it's cute. It's not like, wow, I love it. Yeah, it's just cute, but that might be my fault because I didn't do it properly. So this is A Girl's Best Friend by Isabell Kramer. Okay, then I cheated and gave up more. So if you've watched my previous videos, just about one or two back, I show you I changed the Painted Bricks shawl by Stephen West into a shawlette because I didn't want to do it anymore. And again, like I gave up. So this is an advent that I just showed on my previous episode, that I finished my scrappy socks by the same advent. This was hard for me. Not hard like, oh, I don't know what to do. Just like, oh boy, this is tedious. But it looks so nice, but it's not forgiving. I don't know how to say that. Like, it's not like you make a mistake and you're like, you're hours and hours and hours going back and figuring out what you did, which I'm sure you guys don't make mistakes, but I do. And I think by this point, I was like, I just can't go back anymore. I'm just making mistakes. And you can tell you need it very symmetrical. Anyway, enough of the complaining. I did the shawlette, and I'm not like, I'm okay with it. Like, it'll be cute under a jacket, you know, like that, keep me warm, and it's cute. And then I gave up, so 2024 is not going well. I gave up on this one too. It's called the Frieze Shawl, F-R-I-E-Z-E. So I don't know how to pronounce that really. Lisa Haynes. And I did it with a Lion brand, feels like alpaca. I don't know if they make that anymore. I haven't seen it lately. And a knit crate. And again, same thing as the other one. You make a mistake and you're like, you're toast. So I was like, I just need it long enough where I can justify doing this. It's just like a little one, like that. Yeah. So, moral of the story, that's okay. If you make a shawl and you take on a lot, you can always cut it down, because that's the good part of a shawl. You know, you don't need it huge. And if you're like, I can't keep going with this, you can just cut it down and it's still cute. we did a lot of shawls. Okay, so that was 19 shawls, and I'm working on one now, which I talked about last week, and I hope that it is done soon. And yeah, so a lot of you said you wanted this video of my shawls, and I was really excited to make it for you. I hope it helped you somehow, just to see all the shawl patterns out there. There's so many. I probably have at least 100 more in my Ravelry queue that I want to make, and there's always new ones coming out, and I love making shawls. And yeah, I hope this helped you. So I will write down all the names of the shawl, of the designers, just so you can. I'll do it by year, so you can kind of remember and maybe go back in the video, or maybe even stop the video if you see something like, oh, I want to make that. Then you can find the pattern. And that's it. So thank you for coming, and thank you for hearing about my shawls. This was fun, and I will see you next week with a regular video. Take care. Bye-bye.